Skyler production.
This is an AllStar Link tutorial. Today, we will be learning how to set up your own simplex AllStar node. For all of you who do not know what the AllStar linking project is, AllStar uses a voice over internet protocol system, which is used to connect many ham radio repeaters all over the world, enhancing two-way communications and nets or on-the-air meetings. Asterisk is the system which AllStar is based off of, and has high-quality internet phone system and is used by many companies for reliable telephone services. A system south of me in Pueblo, Colorado, uses this system to link repeaters together via microwave links, which means this works even if the internet is down. There is very little documentation on this, so I will try to do my best to create a single video with the overview and how to install and create a little node at home. If you have more detailed questions, I highly recommend you check out the app repeater email list, which will get any questions answered about the AllStar software. I will put the link in the description. Let's get right in. It is not that hard at all. You will need a ham radio call sign to begin. The technician license is not too hard and requires $15 to pass a 35-question multiple choice exam. For more information, visit the ARRL website. First, sign up for an account on the AllStar Link portal. Click on Register and enter your information, including your ham radio call sign, which will be your username. A call sign verification will be needed. The easiest way is to take a picture of your license and upload it. Your account should be registered in 24 hours or less. Once your call sign has been verified, log in, and you should see the web transceiver come up. Click on that and you can see all the nodes around that are active, and you can connect via the internet. Java is required to operate the web transceiver. On account settings, change it to system operator so you can see the more advanced settings and create a server. Now go to server and click create server. Select the longitude and latitude of your server and name it. After the server is made, we will need to request a node number. Click on Node, Request Node, and then the server. Here, type in your comments and submit your request. Within 24 hours, a node number should be assigned. Now it is time to configure the server. Go to Server, Server Configuration, and then the server you selected. Here, enter information on your server. Now go to Node, Node Configuration, the server, and the node that you want to configure. Enter information like the frequency and tone. Go to Radio Interface. The radio interface is connecting the computer to the radio. Full duplex means that the repeater is transmitting and receiving at the same time. We're only doing simplex in this tutorial. The interface type is the software, USB radio or simple USB. And choose the URI or USB fob, which we'll be using in this tutorial for the radio interface to the computer. The URIx. On repeater settings, make sure your call sign is correct, and for now leave everything else default. For the rest of the stuff, it's just DTMF shortcuts, schedule stuff at certain times, and the node profile, how it looks like on your web transceiver, access settings, and just a few more things. Just leave it all blank for now and play with it after your node is up. You can also set up EchoLink. If you have an EchoLink node already established, A-L or -R node, you can just put that on, might as well. And there might be a few other things I didn't touch, but you can just play around on the web part of the AllStar link. To add EchoLink, go to the EchoLink website and make sure you have an EchoLink account. Now go to your software and sign in with a -R or -L call sign. two stations should be online, but you shouldn't get the normal thing if it's that. Now go to the website and enter your call sign with the -L or R, and then it should be say ready for validation. Click request validation below. Now it is time for install of the AllStar Link system on the computer we selected. Please note that all the files will be deleted on the computer. Go to the AllStar Link download area at stats.allstarlink.org/dl and download the ISO file. Burn the ISO file to a CD or DVD or USB flash drive. Use the software UNetBootin for a USB flash drive if you're using that to burn it for Mac or PC. Okay, here I have the CD burned. I used disk utility on the Mac. There's surely other CD burner utilities for PC. Put the CD in, close it up, and now we'll start up. Okay, once you've got your CD in the computer, we need to choose the boot order so it goes off of the CD first. To do this, I will enter the BIOS and change the boot order. Every computer is different, so on this one, if you press pause, this one, if you start it up, it doesn't show anything, so you have to press pause and start to give you the options. So I'll start it up and hold pause, and now option F10 is the BIOS setup option. So press F10, and we want to go to system configuration by pressing the right arrow 2 times, and boot options, down arrow, boot order, and now we want to move the CD-ROM drive up. So we use the key F5 to move up, or that's down, so F6. Okay, and now we press F10 to save and exit. Yes. And now it will want to boot off the CD first. And here's the startup screen. Now this is a warning. CentOS is pretty simple, so it doesn't have any partitioning options. Currently this version doesn't. The one that W0JRL has, he is going to have a GUI and partition optioning, but this one is just a simple deletes everything and install. So make sure you have an old hard drive. You can also manually install it with phase 1 and phase 2 SH files, and you can install the CentOS operating system separate, but that's a bit more complicated. I'll put the link to the phase 1 and phase 2 SH files, which are the asterisk startup. Okay, let's press enter, and it should start installing. Now here it's formatting the entire file system. Okay, this part is finished, and now we reboot. And when you reboot, you need to change the BIOS order again to make sure it doesn't boot off of the disk, and then make sure you have an Ethernet connection. It is time to start configuring. Right here where it asks if it's a static IP, just say no for 99% of the time. If you say yes, then there's a few options, but just do no, because I kind of messed up when I had the yes part. Now it will start to download the files. Please note this will take some time because 2 gigabytes worth of files will be downloaded. Once the files are done downloading, it will ask you to supply a password. Type in a password for the user root. Next, configure the files from your AllStar portal service. I messed this part up because I did my node number instead of my call sign on the AllStar portal. I'll show, if you mess this place up, how to reconfigure everything once you're already in to the system. Log in using your password and root as the username. Let's first change the port for SSH so we can remotely log in to the computer. Type vi/etc/ssh/sshd_config. vi is the text editor we will be using. A few lines down you will see port 222. We are going to change this to 22. Type I to go into insert mode, and then scroll down to the 222 area. Delete the 12. Now press escape to take it out of insert mode. I do :WQ for writing and quit. Make sure to add this colon. Perform a reboot after. Type ifconfig eth0 eth0, enter, and the address of your local IP so we can SSH, and do this on the node, still on the node computer. Now it is time to SSH into our node remotely. Type SSH root at your node's IP that we got from the ifconfig. And there's certain SSH software for PC. It comes on terminal with Mac. So figure out, just Google downloads for SSH on a PC. Now type the password. Now we have access to the node remotely. If your node setup didn't go right, type node setup.sh. It'll ask if you wanted the files provided by the AllStar portal to be downloaded. Yes, if you've established the appropriate information on it. And then, since I'm already logged in, it's asking me if I want to use pre-configured information from my call sign, KD0WHB. I'd say yes. I ask a server to download from, and you make the selection. Ask if it's okay. And I'll say no because I already have it downloaded, but you say yes. Now your information should be downloaded from the AllStar Link portal. Now it is time to change your time zone. Type mv/etc/localtime space /etc/localtime.old. This will move the old time zone to your new one, or the current one to an old file. And mine already did it, so I already did this before, so mine is asking if I can overwrite it. Next, type ln space -s space /user/share/zoneinfo/america/denver space /etc/localtime. Now I already did this too, so it says file exists, but this will move it to whatever time you are. I'm in Denver, but you change this to your city. And the last command I'm not even going to try to say, but go to the website and it will all be up on there. Type this in and this should change it to your city now. Okay, type check config in tpd on and now do service in tpd start, which starts the time synchronous. And it's okay. Another important command is update db, which will update the database with the newest information from your AllStar node. Now it is time to connect your radio for testing. You'll need a radio with audio in, audio out, and PTT. The audio out should not be affected by the volume knob. I used a Motorola SM120. You'll also need a USB radio interface from dmkeng.com. When hooking up the URIx to your radio, use pins 1, 8, 21, 22, and 20. Pin 1 is the press to talk button. This lets the URIx turn the transmitter on. Pin 8 is not usually used, but it's carrier operated relay and lets the radio tell URI is receiving a signal. I didn't use it because I used CTTSS operated. Mic AC is the line level receiver output, and it's the audio from the receiver to the URIx. Left out is the signal to the transmitter, audio from URIx to transmitter, and ground is for everything, for PTT, the mic, and the left out. It's now time to test if it's all connected and working. Make sure that your URI is connected via the USB and all of your audio ports and PTT on the radio is connected. We'll now key up the node and dial a DTMF tone to see if it works. Dial *81 on your handheld, which you're hooking up to your radio or any other radio with half tones, and key up and to test.
Good afternoon. The time is 5:30.
Should come back with the time.